Have you ever wondered what animals do when winter arrives? Some migrate to warmer regions, while others stay put and adapt to the freezing temperatures. But there's a special group of animals who take winter survival to a whole new level. They literally freeze life until spring. And no, this isn't just a figure of speech. These animals actually freeze their bodies and then come back to life when the weather warms up. It's incredible, right? Well, get ready to be amazed, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of these remarkable creatures. So let's jump right in and discover the amazing animals that can freeze themselves and then revive. Hi, it's me. Welcome to my channel. If you love exploring the wonders of nature with me, please hit that subscribe button to join our amazing community. Now let's meet our first remarkable creature. This little frog is famous for its incredible ability to freeze its entire body in the winter. You heard that right? The wood frog can turn itself into a living popsicle. Normally, if a frog froze like this, it would be game over. But the wood frog has some special tricks up its sleeve. When winter approaches, this frog does something incredible. Its heart stops beating, its blood stops flowing, and its body becomes stiff and frozen. However, thanks to some natural anti-freeze substances in its body, such as glucose and urea, its cells are not destroyed. Instead, they go into a state called supercooling. This means that the water inside the frog's cells freezes, but the cells themselves remain intact. It's like pressing pause on a video game, except instead of pixels, it's cells. It's mind-blowing to think that a frog can survive like this, but it's not the only one. There are other animals that can do the same thing, and we'll talk about them later in the video. But for now, let's focus on the wood frog. In the spring, when the temperature rises above freezing, the ice in its cells starts to melt, and the wood frog thaws out. It wakes up from its winter nap and starts moving around as if nothing happened. The whole process of freezing and thawing happens so gradually that the frog doesn't even notice it. For a wood frog, surviving the winter is just another Tuesday. Just imagine you go to bed one night and wake up the next spring without even realizing it. That's what it's like for these amazing frogs. Next up is the North American box turtle. Now, this guy doesn't have any fancy freeze-drying techniques, but he has his own way of surviving the winter. When the cold season arrives, the North American box turtle looks for a cozy spot and buries itself under the soil or leaf litter. It stays there throughout the winter, practically frozen in time. But how does it manage to survive like this? Well, it turns out that the North American box turtle can lower its heartbeat and breathing rate to an extremely low level. It's like hitting the snooze button on life itself. This amazing ability allows the turtle to go into a state called brumation, which is kind of like hibernation, but for reptiles. During this time, the turtle's body slows down and conserves energy, allowing it to survive on very little food and water. It's incredible to think that these turtles can spend months in this state, but they do it year after year. When spring arrives and the temperature starts to rise, the North American box turtle slowly comes out of its winter slumber. It emerges from its hiding spot and starts exploring the world again. It might seem like a simple way to survive the winter, but for a turtle, it's a pretty clever trick. Now let's take a look at bats. These little guys are famous for gathering in caves during the winter, where they hibernate for months on end. It's like a big party, except instead of dancing, they're sleeping. But how do they survive without eating or drinking for so long? Well, it turns out that bats are able to store enough fat before the cold season to keep them going through the winter. They basically use this fat as a source of energy while they're hibernating. It's like having a built-in snack bar, except instead of chips and candy, it's pure energy. These bats are true champions of survival. They can hang upside down for months without even moving a muscle. It's like they're playing the ultimate waiting game, except instead of waiting for a bus, they're waiting for spring. When the temperature starts to rise and the days get longer, the bats start to wake up from their winter slumber. They stretch their wings and prepare to take on the day. These little creatures are always ready for action. But bats aren't the only ones who know how to party. Hibernating bears are also famous for their winter slumber. Of course, These furry friends don't technically freeze like frogs, but they do enter a deep hibernation state. It's like pressing pause on their metabolism, except instead of a video game, it's their entire body. The bears basically slow down their heart rate and breathing, and they almost don't eat or drink all winter. It's like they're playing the ultimate waiting game, except instead of waiting for a bus, they're waiting for spring. But why do they do this? Well, it turns out that bears need to conserve energy during the winter. They basically use this energy to survive the cold weather and wait for things to warm up. It's like having a built-in survival mode, except instead of a video game, it's real life. And now we've reached the end of our amazing journey through the world of animals that can freeze themselves and then revive. We've met the wood frog, the North American box turtle, bats, and hibernating bears, each with their own unique way of surviving the winter. It's been an incredible adventure filled with surprising discoveries and a reminder of the amazing animals around us. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the animal kingdom. Keep exploring and stay curious. Who knows what amazing creatures and their incredible abilities you might discover next? Until then, take care and goodbye.